I love that it's kind of a one-stop shop for everything. I'm able to charge retail, I'm able to sign people in, I'm able to charge a membership, create many different membership packages, whether it's recurring or a one-time payment. So a lot of the business side features is something that we really benefit from.
Hey, Beyond the Whiteboard don't sponsor this show anymore, but maybe they might come back if I play that video. So yeah, you should. It is actually a really good system that they have in place. So you should scan the QR code, set up a call with them, and let them explain to you why your affiliate, or just you if you're programming or following, tracking workouts and that type of jazz, would benefit from it. You can't see it now, but there's a door. There's like a sliding door behind me. And last week, the gym floor under the mats, I noticed it was wet, and I like lifted up the mats and the whole floor was flooded. And I was like, shit, what is happening? So I mopped it all up. And then I remembered that about a month previously, I left the door open. I say it was my kids, left the door open and it rained because Ireland. And I thought, oh, maybe the like mats soaked up so much water, but it was so wet and cold that it didn't seep out, but now that it's warming up, it's starting to like evaporate or condensate or whatever down. So I mopped it all up, dried up all the mats, put it back. Then it rained again, and then the floor was flooded again. And I was like, right, no, this is a consistent problem. So the door is backwards, right? So like it's a sliding door, but a friend of mine came over and I said, oh, there's something wrong with this door. And he hadn't seen it before. And he goes, yeah, the door is backwards. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, you see that hole? That's a drainage hole that's supposed to go outside, but it's going inside. So anytime water hits the door, it just goes straight into your shed. And I was like, oh, right, cool. Call the builder. He came back out and I said, hey, what's the verdict? What are you going to do? Like, it's backwards. So what are you going to do? And he goes, yeah, I'm talking to the guy that installed the door, and I'm looking for a way to plug the hole, and then it should be fine. And I was like, well, no, hang on. That's not a long-term solution. I was like, I'm just going to call you back out when the door is like filling up like a fucking aquarium. So yeah, he's going to swap the door and turn it around. And then I was making a video today, and the cork in my fucking whiskey bottle fell inside. It like snapped off and fell inside. And I have the whole thing on video because as I was making the video, I lifted out the cork and I was like, oh shit, it broke. And then I tried for 10 minutes to get it out with like one, what would you call it? A spoke or a spike or whatever of a fork. I tried to like scoop it out. And every time I scooped it, I was like, it's going further in, but I'm in this deep. I might as well just keep going. So I'm gonna have to drink that out at some point. Anyway, that's my last 24 hours. I got Amanda Harry back. She won the last show like 2 weeks ago. We got Mason Startup. Is your surname actually Startup? Your second name?
Yep.
That is crazy. You should do entrepreneurism and just fund small business startups.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. And we've got Brian Spin. Mason, right. You have this is probably 3 of the most successful YouTube accounts. If Hitter was here too, we'd have probably the 4 most successful what would you call it, non-endemic CrossFit YouTube channels. Would that be accurate, do you think? Like Spin, you have the Spin, and then you randomly find like Olympic weightlifting competitions videos and stuff that people will watch. Amanda, you do you do weekly now? Are you back doing weekly?
Yeah, weekly, sometimes twice a week, depends on the week and what's going on.
Excellent. You just put one up. You did the World Fitness Project qualifier. Is that yesterday or the day before?
Yeah. Yesterday, just for fun.
And Mason, Mason, you put up what I would describe as the highest production value videos in CrossFit outside of maybe CrossFit. Like before we start this, I need to ask, how do you get away with not getting pinged constantly for copyright? Because you use so much footage from the games or documentaries or other things. Like, is it fair use, or how do you just use like, have you a specific timer of like, oh, that's 6 seconds, I need to stop it?
I think I've just been lucky so far. I'll probably get hit soon. Mammoth Training, which I think is Emma Lawson's, like they do her media. I did get a ding from them one time, and all they had me do was just like put a tag to their video at the top of mine. So
yeah. If anyone hasn't seen it, yours is just Amanda Harry, isn't it, as well?
Yep. That's it.
And then Mason, yours is just Mason Startup.
Yep.
And then spin, yours is barbell spin. But everybody, I feel like everybody here knows spin.
Maybe.
So the other two, just watch Mason's videos and be like, holy shit, this is really high level, like high end production value. Like this is Guy Ritchie shit before he was terrible. And then Amanda just cranks out views. It's crazy. All right.
Be careful. Just don't use any of that known and noble footage on your videos.
Yep.
That's no.
Do not use a photograph. Mason, he would fucking hate you, Mason. I'm just thinking because you constantly use other people's footage. He is, fuck me, the amount of, oh my God, I've had so many arguments.
I think I've used a few of his graphs before too.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Say you didn't. No, it's not, honestly, it is not worth the conversation. It's not worth it. Anyway, fucking hell, it's just not worth it. Jeez, thanks for bringing that up, Spin. Okay, this Friday, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mayhem Classic.
2 days.
Sunday.
Just Saturday, Sunday. Holy shit! Wow. Okay, that's going to kick off on Saturday in Cookville in CrossFit Mayhem. Sean Woodland is calling the action, along with, I'm guessing, Rory and Bella. Like they have a whole ready-made media team. It's crazy. They've been cranking out the media for the last like week or so. I think, did Scott say it? Yes, it was that today or yesterday on the Mayhem, on the Rich Froning podcast, saying, yeah, we basically want to take over, and they pretty much have done. Like they're putting out really engaging reels and stuff. It's really good. So what we're looking for is, obviously, this is the first opportunity that people will have to qualify for the CrossFit Games. Spin, you're closest to me, so you're going to go first. Just get my little timer sorted. Right. One or let's see. Fuck it, we'll just go males. Okay. So what males are going to qualify for Mayhem is our first question. Spin, you got 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Go.
Well, I did a lot of research, printed out a bunch of stuff. So I got this. It looks really cool, but I had to rip it up and then not use that because I felt like that'd be the best way of getting this answer right. Looking at what we have so far, the workouts, Jason Hopper, he's going to do well in the run. He's strong. I think if looking at the workouts, greater legless rope climbs, he's done well at the games, done it well at Rogue. I have him winning it. And then after that, it's between really Sprague and Hatfield, I think. I think it's going to be a really close one on this one. I'm going to put the edge to Hatfield, given the Mayhem programming, just his familiarity with it. And, I think Sprague and Colton and Roman will have their opportunities elsewhere.
Good stuff. I can't find a pen, so I'm writing in crayon like I'm on the short bus. All right, Mason, you got 60 seconds. Who's going to qualify for Mayhem? Time starts now.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with Spin on the Hopper thing. I think he's just rolling really well right now. He's looked really good the last few times we saw him. And then the second person I have, which I was a little hesitant to do because we haven't seen him healthy in a few years, but that's Roman Karenikov. I mean, the last time we saw him healthy was the first few days of the 2023 games, and he looked insane. Like he looked like he was about to run away with it. So in the second spot, I have Karenikov. I really wanted to put Hatfield or Mertens up there, but I think they're going to be like within the top 5, but not quite up there with Hopper and Karenikov.
Spin, I just realized that was a bee-friendly graphic. Sure.
Whoops.
Oh, you just got an extra point. All right, Amanda, who's going to qualify? What males are going for Mayhem? Your time starts now. Off you go.
I'm going to disagree with the two guys here on Hopper. I think that Hopper is a big planner. He seems like he really wants to know the workouts ahead of time. And I think at least 2 of the workouts, maybe 3, they won't know until they're there. And I think that's going to play against Hopper mentally and planning wise. So I have Hatfield qualifying. I think he does Mayhem. He works out there frequently. I think that he's going to be most prepared for the programming and whatever might come up that we don't know about yet. We have that graphic, but we don't know for sure what it's going to be. And then I'm going to pick Colton as my second athlete, which is something I went back and forth on. But I think that Colton is physically most prepared right now. Like he is peaking. He did really well in the Open. He did really well in WFP. A lot of these other athletes are still ramping up and not quite there yet. That's why we've seen a lot of them pull out of Mayhem. And I think that he's ready.
Good stuff. All right. Back down the way. Spin. 20 seconds. Time starts now. Off you go.
You're assuming Hopper doesn't know the workouts. He seems to get all the workouts for all the competitions these days. So he is the super sleuth. We'll have the fourth known workout tomorrow. Vandersloot said he was going to post that tomorrow, and then the rest would be over the weekend. That's going to be probably one or two. So I think Hopper is going to be fine with knowing 4 of those workouts.
Good stuff. Mason, 20 seconds. Off you go.
Okay, the only thing I want to do is maybe push back on the Colton Mertens thing. And as much as I want him to win, I just think that this programming, he's going to be heavier, higher skilled. I think Colton is elite at metabolic conditioning, but I think some of this higher level programming, he might not be able to keep up with.
Oh, you just made an out of me. All right, Amanda, last 20 seconds are yours. Off you go.
I'm going to defend Colton here. We have that heavy Isabel, and I think he does really well at snatching heavy weights under fatigue. We saw that at the West Coast Classic last year when he did that double rep at the end of the workout. So I think he's going to do well with a lot of the workouts we've seen so far, and he's shown that he can hang with the tall guys in bigger workouts.
God damn. Do you ever do other shows, Amanda? Do you ever go on like would you ever do Sevon's Games update show or any of those?
I would do whatever, but I have not.
You're a very good analyst.
Thank you.
Mason, you're all right.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. There's quite a lot of unknown considering it's this week. Did you before say talking to Scott and stuff, Spin? Would you have expected the workouts to be out by now?
I would. I mean, I like that he's not putting them all out.
I think we
way ahead of time.
One, right? We won't hear one. I think.
It said the rest of them. Now there's debate right now about whether there's 5 or 6. But either way, we'll have at least one that won't be announced until the weekend.
I like that. I hope
and they would have had a better, I think, planning or release if TFX hadn't screwed it up.
Yeah. Or you blame Luke Parker either. Okay, she could be the new senior analyst. No, that's John Young's position.
Only one senior analyst.
She can do. She could do Harry's Hill instead of the games about.
It's smaller.
It's smaller, but it's still, it'll take it out of you. It's a decent hill. All right, Amanda's on 3.5, Spin's on 3, Mason's on 2. Before we do the next question, Amanda, what's your next video about?
Probably about this, actually.
Oh, shit.
About Mayhem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Mayhem. I thought you meant the show. I was like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, geez, you must be really scraping the barrel. Mason, what's your next one? You're not as frequent. Yours take longer, I guess, to make.
Yeah, mine take a while. I'm not sure what my next one's going to be yet. I'm still kind of researching some stuff, see if I can find something.
You should do like the impact of external media on CrossFit, or the Hiller's impact on CrossFit, or the positive impact of Andrew Hiller on athletes. That'd shut some people up. All right, next question. Mason, you're going first on this one. Hang on, let me just see if there's any comments there that need to be. Patrick Clark is arguing with himself, I believe. Amanda, how do you feel about the R and F word? Oh, yeah. I thought it was rich and froning, and I was like, I'm sure she's fine with it. Yeah, that makes sense. I think you got pretty thick skin, Amanda, right? You can roll those punches.
I don't care.
Duck and dive. Let's see what else. Yeah, hopefully there is an alternative broadcast. That would be good. Of a spin. Are you going to do a spin cast?
No, I'll be there in Cookeville.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah.
Oh, it's near you, isn't it? Like an hour away?
2 hours away. So I'll be up there.
Cool. Okay. And Taylor's going with Bryson and a video camera. Absolutely
That's
fucking terrible
dangerous.
idea. I think JR is going too. And Tyler's not
Tyler
going.
might. He may show up late Saturday.
And John Young?
No, he's stuck in Houston.
It's better for everyone. Okay.
I think Susan will be there.
Need her to balance out those faces for radio. Spin has. I mean, you'd need 4 Amandas to balance out John, but I take your point. Okay. Next question. Mason. What females are going to go? Mayhem Classic this weekend. Who's going from the female side? That means there's two people are gone, so that makes it a bit easier. Your time starts now. Off you go.
Okay, obviously, I'm going to put Alexis Raptis first. I think she's just kind of in a league of her own in terms of this field. And then second, I had to debate between Haley Adams and Emily Rolfe. But because I think Haley's kind of taken a step back in terms of emotional or like mental desire to keep competing at the level she was, I think that she might take a step, maybe not a step back, but I think Emily Rolfe is going to be that second person. She kind of is someone who kind of quietly has had like a very successful career to me. I feel like she doesn't make a lot of noise, but she's taken 18th in 2019, 15th in 21, 12th in 23, and 3rd in 24 at the games. And so I think she's just going to be just solid and get in there at the second place.
Because you really tiptoed around that Haley Adams bit. All right. Amanda, you've got 60 seconds. Time starts now. Off you go.
I think losing Danielle Brandon and Brooke Wells really helped the rest of this field because I think that those two athletes, I don't know if I would have picked them both to qualify, but would have been threats to qualify for sure. I think Alexis Raptis is the easy pick. She is a little bit higher above most of the other athletes in this field, and she really has been dialing in her health lately. And I think in the last show, I talked about how I think she could win the CrossFit Games. So I feel like I have to pick her to qualify here. I think she's very good, and I think she'll do well here. Second, I actually do have Haley Adams. I think Haley is in a better place mentally than she's been in years. She's having fun. I know that she wasn't quite as fit as she'd like to be at this point in the season, or doesn't need to be this fit this early in the season. But I think those other girls pulling out is really going to help her, and that she knows the Mayhem programming and is very good at some things that might come up like GHDs and handstand walking. I think that's going to help her out a lot, and she'll do well here.
Good stuff. Alexis is a bad piece of cheese away from a rough weekend, but Amanda's right. I think you could even take the word bad out of that. It could just be a piece of cheese. It could be a fine piece of cheese. All right, Spin, you got 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Off you go.
First, don't talk about Danielle Brandon. You can talk about the competition, but just don't talk about Danielle. Brooks out. Alexis is going to run away with it in first place easily. Emily Rolfe, this is not the cardio games, so sorry, you're not second place. Haley Adams is not fit yet. She's waiting until next month. Mandan has to travel too far. Christine Colin-Brander's back was hurt. Claudia Gluck's coming from France. Paige Powers had a baby. Shelby Neal moved to Vermont. Fisa Goffi will be close. Annie Nisler has a mom. That leaves Paige Semenza. Paige Semenza will be second place under Alexis Raptis. That's all.
Did you say Fisa Goffi or no?
Fisa Goffi will be third or fourth.
Okay.
Just because she's with Brute.
Poor Vermont. Okay. We're coming back down the way. Mason, stick up for yourself. And Emily Rolfe, you got 20 seconds. Time starts now. Go.
I do agree that last year was like very endurance bias at the games, but I still think to place over 15th 3 separate times at the games shows that at a semifinals level, you could still be in the top 2 pretty easily.
Okay. Amanda, your 20 seconds starts now. Off you go.
Emily Rolfe is going to get like punched in the face by Heavy Isabel. So I don't think that there's much chance that she's going to do very well here. And with a small field of only 18 people, not a lot of room to make up having a poor finish. So I don't see that happening. I do like the Paige Semenza pick from Spin. I think that she's going to be in the top 5, maybe top 2.
And Spin, last 20 seconds are yours. Off you go.
Yeah, Mason, Emily Rolfe last year on the snatch ladder, she took 29th in the North America West semifinal. That's going to ruin her entire weekend. She might be able to battle back, but she's not going to get second place because of it.
Good stuff. It's nice, Amanda, that you started off by saying, Daniel Brandon and Brooke Wells probably would have taken 2 of the spots, because they obviously didn't think that they would take 2 of the spots because they're not showing up. So it's nice that at least one person believed in them out of everybody. Their coaches, their advisors, everybody. You're the only one that said, I think they actually could do it.
I think they're expected to, and because they're not fit enough and they're not likely to is why they pulled out. But I think they still have had a shot. But I think it wouldn't have been as easy as they would like it to be. And they'd like to show up and look, elite, and they might not.
Pressure makes diamonds, or it just crushes stuff and turns into dust. And,
and you pull out.
Some people don't want that. All right. Points. Done. Man is on 5, Spin's on 5, Mason's on 3.5. And Spin, you made the same picks as Brian Friend. So you're Brian Friend has been focusing more on Europe. So I stopped calling him the senior analyst and started calling him senior analyst. Fuck. Oh. When I said that in my head 2 seconds ago, I was like, that is fucking hilarious. And then I said it out loud and lost all confidence in it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you only tore them. Are you commenting on this while you're on the thing? I can't even read the comments. Never mind, type comments.
Crazy.
Wow. Mason Startup looks like Teemu Dallin Pepper. Wow. So you're gonna sign with Teemu Sports Equipment because Dallin Pepper just signed for Rogue. That's fucking huge. Him signing for Rogue. That is crazy. Mason, I just watched your Fikowski video. It was great. What was the one you did? What was the last one that you did? You did James Sprague, and you did one after James Sprague. What was the one you did after? Like 2 weeks ago or a week ago? 3 weeks ago?
Oh, it was like does fitness really need a headquarters?
Yeah.
Basically, like, is there actually a point of having CrossFit HQ?
Yes, 100%.
Did Frank message you after that, or
no?
No. Frank has started messaging Irish affiliate owners, saying like, "Are you?
Is that the one that wants to buy with like the affiliates or something like that?"
Yeah, that's where this plan starts and finishes. That's it. We're gonna buy it. Okay, how are we gonna?
That's
do
the
that?
idea.
We're gonna buy it. It's like, right, but how do we do it? We buy it. It's like, what then? We own it. It's like nothing. And the best thing is I've restricted him from commenting on videos on my YouTube, so he'll watch this and type out some big thing and nothing will happen, and I'll never see it, and it's great. So fucking, that's two people I've brought up today that I shouldn't have brought up. Both of them are equally fucking irritating. All right, last topic. Let's see. Mason, his name isn't Mason Fikowski. Mason's Fikowski video might be well produced. It is, but nothing with Fikowski in it would draw my attention at this point. Yeah, but that's because you can't detach yourself from your annoyance at Brent, and you need to be able to separate.
Just focus on the athlete, not the.
You need to be able to. It's like I'm not saying he pissed on people, but you need to be able to listen to R. Kelly and say like, "Hey, Ignition's a banger," and it's fine. I'm not saying Brent pissed on anyone. He may have, I don't know, but I don't think he did. He's not the type. All right, last topic. Amanda, you're going first on this one. We mentioned that there has been 3 workouts. My first research piece was the morning chalk up. 3 workouts have been announced for the Mayhem Classic, which means.
Can I take a handicap on this question and go first since I'm losing?
No, it doesn't work like that. I can call you a handicap.
Okay.
I can speak slower to you when it's your turn if you want. All right, Amanda. We don't actually know how many workouts. 1, 2, 3, 5. I mean, are they going to just destroy all the athletes, leave them unable to compete at any other semifinal? All right, Amanda, you've got 60 seconds to program the last workout, bracket S, parenthesis S, close parenthesis. Your time starts now. Off you go.
Okay, so I really like their Dianish workout, the 2159 with a heavy deadlift, 315, 225, and then with a handstand obstacle, like a handstand walking obstacle. I think that would be really cool. It would really weed out some people that can't walk well on their hands or can't walk well under fatigue with that heavy bar. I think most people can, but could be a few outliers. And then I feel like there has to be something with a GHD. It's Mayhem. They do lots of GHDs. You have to sort of expect a GHD sit up here. So 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, Echo Bike, GHD, and wall balls. That's just going to be long. It's going to be a grind and very uncomfortable. And I think those are also workouts that could work really well for Haley Adams, who is one of my picks to qualify. So I think if we have workouts like this, my picks may be able to make it through.
You call that self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? Where you just like align the deck, or you load the deck just to suit another answer that you've already given. All right, Spin, 60 seconds are yours. Off you go.
All right, I've already done this. You saw it like last week. I got more show and tell. You've seen my map. I've crossed everything off. I already got the dumbbell thruster and legless workout right. I predicted that ahead of time, which means all the others are correct. We know, or at least there was a hint that handstand walk obstacle was going to be in there. I think Angelo did that. So I'm saying 5 rounds of 50 heavy double unders, 25 GHD sit-ups, and a 50-foot handstand walk with an obstacle in the middle. That then throws out a whole bunch of other stuff. You have 30 calorie Echo Bike, 30 bar muscle ups, 30 cal Echo Bike in there twice. Seems odd that they would throw that in there twice if they, just were making up a random workout. So I'm saying that is the final workout. And then it leaves, if there's a 10th event, 1 through 10, deadlift at 405 and bench press at 225. Rich loves his bench press. So definitely would help Hatfield and Sprague in that case.
Okay. So, okay. Mason, 60 seconds are yours. Mason, 60 seconds. Oh, sorry. 60 seconds are yours. Off you go.
So the reason I wanted to go first is because I think Spin had it right, and so I wanted to steal his answer before he was able to get to it. But I think he's right on those last 3 workouts. I did look at that graph that they posted, and a lot of them, like I followed Mayhem for I think 2 years, and a lot of the ones they threw on there were like recurring ones that happen a lot in the programming. And so I think they just like threw up some of their like kind of classic workouts. And like Spin said, the 3 that he just mentioned were ones that I've never seen anything exactly like that on Mayhem's like compete track.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, so I think the 3 that Spin just said is the 3 remaining.
Okay, so give Spin the points. Noted. If you look carefully, there's a J.R. Howell workout in there too. All right. Do you know that, Spin?
I do not.
Mm-hmm.
I only care about the Mayhem Classic workouts right now.
It's still interesting that there's a J.R. Howell workout in there.
Sure. So Angelo's seen it.
Yeah. All right. 20 seconds, Amanda. Off you go.
I think the fact that there's a workout duplicated in there twice means it's less likely to be the actual workout, because I think they would be looking for where the actual workouts are to make sure those are the correct ones. So I think that would have gotten filtered out in whoever was editing and looking over this. So I think that is unlikely.
The stuff, Spin, attack. Off you go.
We need to answer Heidi's question. Is Mason single or not? So she can calm down. Not sure. We can let
you're not
20
Mason, right? No, you're not.
Sorry, Heidi. We tried. No, I mean, I think I'm right. We'll see tomorrow if I get 4 out of 4. And then if we are, I feel really confident about the weekend.
All right, Mason. Last 20 seconds are yours. Off you go.
Yeah, I think like you were saying, I think they threw that 2 in there just to kind of like throw you off, because now you're going to think that they're not going to do it because it is in there twice. So it's just some
a triple
psychology. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't they say something today? Maybe I misunderstood it. Spin, you probably watched the whole show. Did they say something about one of the workouts is there, but it's not there? Like that it's sort of like it is on the graphic, but it's not exactly like it is on the graphic.
They implied that it was almost a combination of 2 workouts. That's like a monster. And so I was looking through it. I don't know what that would be. If it's somehow the 1 through 10 bench press and deadlift are like different weights and they threw in the wrong weights, or, it could be 315 in there on the deadlift or something. But yeah, it sounds like there's something on here that will be a workout that will not be exactly the same.
Is there a possibility that when whoever was making the graphic, Scott or whoever, was like, oh shit, I nearly forgot the final workout, and then put it in and then posted, it was like, fuck, I put it in twice.
No, they gave the workouts to Dre. And so Dre doesn't even know.
Yeah.
They just gave him workouts, and then he made all the stickers based off of the workouts that they are. So he still doesn't even know as of yesterday, according to the podcast.
Wow. So that's like they don't trust him. He's the potential leak.
And if they messed up one of the main workouts, then they didn't double check it.
Yeah. Probably couldn't correct him either because it would give away one of the workouts.
Right.
So you're like, that one's not right. You fix it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Why bother fixing it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. That one's not of any importance at all.
Right.
Yeah. Let me see. Spin, can you see your own score changing now, but you can't see anybody else's? Is that accurate? Because I don't know what you guys can see.
I guess I can. I haven't really paid attention. But
can you see your score now?
Yes.
Okay, but you can't see anybody else's?
No.
Okay. Mason, I gave you a pity half point. I hope you're happy. That's your handicap. Because of your disability, I gave you a half point. Yeah. All right. Spin wins 7 to Amanda 6.5 or 6.5 because that's what Americans say. And Mason got 4, bringing up the rear. And a fine rear it is too. So Amanda, video coming out about Mayhem after Mayhem.
I'll probably do one previewing Mayhem and then one wrapping it up.
Excellent. And Mason, you're going to do the impact that Hiller has had on CrossFit athletes. Perfect. That'll come out sometime next week by Tuesday. Spin, you've the spin in 4 hours?
Yeah, 4 hours.
I've never gotten that right before. Yes.
Got it.
Okay. This is a fucking good day. All right. What's on the spin? I saw your little weird anime. I fucking hate that stuff. I hate that.
You just got to ride the trends. You got to ride the trends with whatever Ghibli cartoon that is. No, it's all Mayhem. We're going to publish John's, the senior analyst's picks for Mayhem.
Not to be confused with Senior Analyst.
That's right. So we'll go through that, talk about everything else happening in the game space.
Excellent. And any, sometimes you have little special guests. Is there anyone popping up from Mayhem or that's competing? Or you surely get Colton on if you want to, or Austin, would you?
That one's easy. I don't know. We might have one. I got 4 hours to find one if I want. So
excellent. All right, Spin, do you want your 20 seconds or are you happy with that just self-promotion of the spin? Is that what you were planning on doing anyway?
Go buy some CrossFit Games tickets in Albany. They need it. I think 20% have sold at this point. So it's a little ugly. Last year they were sold out in 24 hours. So
I saw people commenting on Reddit. God, Reddit. Fuck me. But it ranges. Do you all go on Reddit? Do you frequent it?
I go on when you share that there's something that is worth looking at. Other than that, no.
It's fucking dark. It wavers between people being like, well, of course no one's buying ticket. Dave killed Lazar. That's half the comments are basically saying that. And then the other half of the comments are, I would suggest, maybe more reasonable and saying, oh, the tickets are quite expensive, which is true. But I learned my lesson. Someone said I learned my lesson the last 2 years, bought my tickets too early and they were cheaper, closer to the time. And I was like, yeah, that would really piss me off if I was buying tickets and then the ticket price reduced towards the end. So I can understand. I think that might be a factor. I don't think it's enough of a factor for 80%, but I think that could be a factor of people saying, hang on, I got burned last year, I'm going to wait. Or I heard last year that they lowered the price, I'm going to wait.
I think Albany has a big part in it. I just published an article. I mean, there's 28 flights in locations into Albany. It's like Nashville is one of those direct flights. It has flights in and out on Mondays and Fridays. That's it.
Yeah, I can't go there. Like I have to go to, I don't know where, I haven't planned it properly yet, but I have to go to like, I think I have to go to JFK.
How far is it from JFK?
Or Newark.
I mean, it's not fucking beside it.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3 days. It's 3 days, hard to get to. It's in an arena. I mean, I don't like the arena feel. Everybody liked last year's track event, right? Because it was outside. It was more interesting. I just, inside the arena just doesn't do it for me, sitting inside for 3 straight days.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Madison had the same issue where you had to, I know for me, I think for most people, like that airport, what was it, Dane County or something? That was fucking tiny. Like most people had to fly into Chicago.
Or Milwaukee.
Or yeah, was it St. Paul, Minneapolis, St. Paul or something is another one? That's
right.
But they were the three kind of options. And then Fort Worth was quite good because Dallas-Fort Worth is a decent sized airport. And there's another airport as well somewhere else because I came into one airport, but I collected JR from a different one. So there's 2 airports nearby anyway. But yeah, Albany is just like, it's near a lot of places, but like not close enough. I mean, it's America near, USA near. It's not actually close to it. Looking on the map, you're like, oh, JFK is reasonably close by. Then you click like get directions. Like, fucking hell, all right, I'm not doing that.
I've yet to hear anybody say anything positive about the actual city itself from a like stuff to do standpoint.
You know, I tried to book a room or a venue to host like a locker room get together type thing, and they wanted $2,000 up front just to book the room. And I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, I'll 100% come back to you on this." And I've gotten 6 emails off them since. One of them saying, "Hey, the owner actually does CrossFit, so she's willing to give you it was like fucking 3% discount or something." And I was like, "Yeah, cool. Let me just run that by the guys. I'll just come right back with." And I've just stopped replying to the emails. I'm hoping that they do the ticket thing and eventually just say we'll give it to you for $500. But so far, no joy. Fondal, Albany is not a destination. I mean, it is a destination. It's just not an appealing one.
Not where anybody goes.
Yeah, it exists. I mean, you're not gonna elope to Albany, New York. Imagine they did it in Vegas. That'd be cool. New York overall just expensive. Big miss on location. Love Field.
That's the second airport.
Oh, right. I thought they were talking about
the Southwest.
I thought they were saying about you going to the track. That they were saying, I thought they meant both.
That too. But
I thought they both meant to say love track and field, but both left out track and somehow. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Mason, thanks for coming on. Good luck with your channel and etc. Amanda, thanks for coming on. Looking forward to your Mayhem preview and review. Spin, congrats. Thanks. Everybody go and watch the Spin tonight in just under 4 hours. John Young will tell you to go and buy HGR CBD, and you should. He'll do it really badly though. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.